So here we are back at our Success Group headquarters. Not quite as good a day as it was yesterday, that was sublime, but we're here today. We've got 2 sessions we're running this morning back to back for our Success Group members, all about making sure they're on target for hitting their 2018 goals. If they're on target now, they're in good shape for the rest of the year. If they're falling back a little bit, we want to help them to get back on the case, get back on the pace, look at what's in the gap and what they can do to basically get themselves back on track. If they're ahead of the game, of course, like a couple of people were yesterday, it's also about, do they start to stretch themselves? Do they stretch those goals, or do they allow themselves to have an easier target for the next 6 or 7 months? For some people, it's like, you know what, the goal's the goal. Complete the goal, it's done. For other people, it's a progressive goal, like, you know, revenue or turnover, profit. And in which case, you know, I say to people, if you're already kind of 2/3 to your year goal and you're not even halfway through the year, you probably want to stretch that goal now to the end of the year, because let's be honest, it's not something you're going to want to sit on. It's not like I want to do 50k, 100k, 200k turnover and not grow. You know, next year they're going to want to do bigger turnover. So rather than kind of like having this great beginning of the year and then let it tail off and then try to turn it again, you're much better off just keeping the handle cranked, keeping your foot on the floor and powering through and setting yourself a more challenging goal for the rest of the year. Anyway, I'm going to jump in there and I'll catch you later. Okay, so that was an awesome phone call, went really well. He's really keen to move forward with it, so that's looking top and ace. My message to you is, if you're in business, get on the phone and talk to people on the phone. Listen, I get it. I don't particularly love getting on the phone these days. I tend to shy away from answering my phone many times. However, the bottom line is this: it's easier to do business over the phone than it is to try and hide behind email or text messaging or anything else. So put your big boy pants on, put your brave girl pants on, pick up the phone, make your calls on the phone, do your sales over the phone. You will get a better response. You'll be able to bond better. You'll be able to react and interact better. I see so many people trying to hide from sales or hide from conversations on the phone by using email or something else. I'm telling you now, get on the phone, hit the phone, you'll get a much better response. Anyway, I need to do a worksheet for tomorrow's Success Group session. I need to design that and get that printed off, and then I'm going to hit the bike and do a scrubs, and I'm going to chill out for the rest of the evening. It's about 6 o'clock or so, so I'm going to have a good few hours just chilling out tonight. Anyway, let's go on to that worksheet. Okay, so that Success Group's all planned, the worksheet is all done and dusted. I'll let you into a little secret, don't tell anybody else. The content for tomorrow is all about entrepreneurial conditioning, and entrepreneurial conditioning goes all the way back to a philosophy I had back in the days when I was a fighter myself, but also when I used to train fighters. And the philosophy is, as your career develops, as you become more successful, the fights you have to take on or the challenges that you will face in business become greater. So there's 4 pillars to entrepreneurial conditioning. The first pillar is knocks, hits, punches in kickboxing terms. In other words, this: as you get better, your opponents get better, you're going to get hit harder. In business, as your business grows, as you become more successful, you're going to potentially get or be faced with bigger hits or bigger knocks. If you don't take the knocks early on in your career, you're not conditioned to be able to handle the bigger knocks or the bigger hits that will come your way later in your career, inevitably so. The second pillar to entrepreneurial conditioning is decision making. You must make big decisions. You must be able to be decisive in business, and if you shy away from making those decisions early on in your business, then as those decision making processes have greater ramifications because your business is greater, the decisions you're making are greater, then you will procrastinate from making those decisions, you'll hide from those decisions, or you'll defer that decision making to other people. That is going to cap the degree of success that you can have. The third pillar to entrepreneurial conditioning is losses. People say failure is not an option. It better be an option, because if you're trying to progress yourself, trying to progress your business, you are inevitably going to fail sometime. It's impossible to win all the time. With my fighters and with myself, it's good to lose early on, so you learn how to lose well, you learn how to fight back, you learn how to step back up. In fighting terms, get back in the ring. In business terms, how to get back on the phone, get back out networking, go out there and go again. So you want to lose early. Now, we're not going to go out and seek losses. What I mean by that is we embrace them when they come as an opportunity to grow and develop ourselves. It's going to sting, it's going to hurt, it probably always will. However, if you don't learn how to take the losses early on, when they're quite small, relatively losses, how are you going to be able to handle the bigger losses that come when you're more successful? You won't, and what that does is that will cap the degree of success that you're able to have. The fourth one is you better win. You have to win sometimes. If you don't win, it's just knocks, horrible decisions or tough decisions and losses. Very quickly your brain's going to say, what's the point? I'm getting out of here. So you have to win. But here's the good news. You don't have to win very much for it to be worth it. In other words, to go through all of that other discomfort, all those other challenges, you only have to win occasionally, okay? But you better win. So you need to take note of those wins. You need to make sure that you acknowledge your successes. You have to have the experience of winning, because ultimately that is what makes the rest of it worthwhile. It's the reward that enables your brain to say, okay, I'll keep stepping up. I'll keep taking the hits. I'll keep making those tough decisions, and I'll keep enduring those losses, because I will win eventually. An Olympic athlete, they only have to win one medal in an entire career for maybe 16 years of pain and 16 years of sacrifice to be worth it. We don't have to win very much, but we do have to win. Anyway, that's the secret. That's what we're going to be talking about in success groups tomorrow. If you're in business yourself, don't welcome these opportunities in terms of seeking them, but embrace them as opportunities when they arrive, as opportunities for you to condition yourself, as an opportunity to level up as an individual, as an entrepreneur, and ultimately to allow your business to level up as well. I'm going to go and hit the bike now. I'm going to go and do scrubs, have a bit of a laugh, work out a bit of a sweat. I said earlier it was 6 o'clock. I actually lost an hour somewhere. It's only 5:30 now. So the good news is when I come back, I'm going to have an evening, a little bit of a chilled out one before getting up and having a whole day of success groups tomorrow. Have a great evening doing whatever it is that you're doing, and I'll see you in the morning.